podcasters, and this is a story about a penguin and how his life was turned upside down. No, wait a minute, that's wrong. No, this is a story about a penguin named WhataboutBob and all the crazy thoughts and adventures this penguin named Bob has and had and will have. So stay tuned, and I'll tell you how and why I became a penguin and why I'm named WhataboutBob.
You're listening to Penguin Thoughts. These are the thoughts that penguins are thinking when they were thinking that they were thinking about the thoughts they were thinking when they were thinking them. That is, we think.
This is the first podcast of Penguin Thoughts, a podcast about me, a penguin named WhataboutBob, aka Bob, and all the thoughts that as a penguin named Bob, I might have. I like discussing such topics as technology, video games, geeky sci-fi stuff, JC stuff, and most of all, silly stuff. Oh, what's that? Why a penguin? Well, if you know anything about me, which hopefully through these podcasts you hope you learned, is that I'm a huge techie, and I spent so many years working in technology that my favorite operating system is not Windows and it's not Mac OS, but rather it's Linux, which is a free operating system. And don't worry if you don't know what Linux is, eventually you'll figure that out in one of my podcasts about it. But anyway, just like Mac OS has Apple for its logo, and Windows has a rainbow-colored window for its logo, well, Linux has a penguin named Tux as its logo. So, I love penguins, aka I'm a penguin named WhataboutBob, just Bob for short. Oh wait, what's that you say? Why WhataboutBob? Well, that's a rather long and specific name. Well, it originates from all the years back when I first started gaming, and it has been my gaming name ever since I started, which also happens to be chosen from one of my all-time favorite movies starring Bill Murray. It's called WhataboutBob. Now, if you've never seen that movie, you should. It definitely will give you a little bit more idea of what my type of personality is. You see, in the movie, Bob Wiley, that's Bill Murray's character, is constantly bugging his therapist, played by Richard Dreyfuss. And Bob just never truly goes away. It's kind of how I am. I'm a pesky, fun-loving penguin that never truly really goes away. So that's a little bit about me. So, what can I expect to hear in these podcasts of yours, old crazy Bob the Penguin? Glad you asked. Well, several of the topics you might hear I've already mentioned earlier, but one specific topic I will discuss in depth is about technology. I love tech. Anything from old tech from back in the day to the latest and greatest on the cutting edge of technology. I'm a techie at heart, and I've spent most of my life working in IT, supporting tech, repairing it, fixing it, and teaching it. Boy, do I love my technology. I will also discuss on my podcast various other topics such as video games. That's right, I'm a gamer, especially ones that I like to play. Now, by no means am I a good gamer, but I do love to play games. And to be honest, I tend to play the ones that I am either good at or enjoy playing. So let's be real here. Who likes to play a game that you die and respawn every 20 seconds just because you can't get past even the simplest of tasks in the game? Not me for sure. And I'm sure you don't like to do that either. Anyway, another topic I'll be discussing from time to time in my podcasts are things that are near and dear to my heart. I am a geek and I love sci-fi. I'm a Linux geek, a gamer, a MacGyver fan, a Second Life fan, a Trekkie, a Star Wars fan, a Scaper, a Gator, a Whovian, a Panhead, and a believer in JC. So don't be surprised if you see one of my podcasts being about Linux or Star Trek or about Doctor Who or even about God and Jesus, because I'm a believer as well. All these things are close in my heart. Lastly, my hope is that my podcasts will be upbeat and hopeful to you as a listener. And to that end, the vast majority of my podcasts will be ones that will be sprinkled with my silly brand of humor. They'll either have you slapping your neighbor with a fish because it's so funny, or having you shake your head at me that your glasses will fall off. See what I mean? Weird humor, I know. But anyway, I'm glad you tuned in to my first podcast, and hopefully that's just a small glimpse into who this crazy and silly little penguin named Bob is and what I'm all about. So, I hope you decide to come back and listen to more podcasts for yours truly, and hopefully we can live, laugh, and learn together. If you're so inclined, I also have a YouTube channel where I make rather silly videos, and also have a Twitter account. Both of those are linked on my Anchor podcast page, and I would be greatly honored if you come and visit and even subscribe. I also from time to time stream playing games on Twitch, which is also linked at the top of my YouTube page. So if you want to come and hang out with me while playing games on Twitch, I'd be glad to hear from you. And as always, I'll leave you with this last thought. I'm the crazy and silly penguin named WhataboutBob, and I'm out the window because the door is shut. Later, peeps.